Hey everyone, so I'm Bryn and this is my concept map. I'm going to talk about this pretty quickly because I only have 5 minutes and there's a lot going on here as you can see. So I'm going to start with talking about the colors and the blues. All of the blues are, sorry I'm trying to zoom in here, are phrases and terms. So the darker blue is a broader, more generalized term, and then the lighter blue is a more specific term that falls under that broad term, and then the even lighter blue is a more specific idea. So the lighter blue you go, the more specific the ideas and the terms get. And then the green, anytime you see green, it's because I'm defining something. So the green is all definitions where I'm just defining these terms in blue. And then the yellow is like an adjective or a fact, just to give some background and some evidence to help further explain those terms in blue. And then the pink is solutions. So the pink is ways that teachers can incorporate one of those ideas in blue into the classroom. So the first module is over here right in the middle, race and ethnicity. And in this module, we just kind of defined what these terms were because they're going to be seen a lot later in the other modules. So we just wanted to kind of make sure we knew what they were and how they were different. So I just defined race, ethnicity, stereotype, prejudice up here, discrimination, and then like colorism is a more specific idea that falls under race, so that's why it's lighter, and I defined what that was. And just here I showed that colorism can occur in the classroom. So yeah, I was just kind of broadly defining what these things mean. And then we move to Module 2, which is multicultural education. And first I just explained what multiculturalism was. And I kind of showed that it can be seen as a positive or negative thing depending on the person. Should be seen as a positive thing, but not everyone thinks that more culture is better in the classroom. And then I went on to explain what multicultural education was, and even equity pedagogy. And multicultural education is defined as a set of strategies teachers use to respond to issues caused by rapidly changing demographics and groups. So yeah, I just kind of explained everything in that module. And then the third module was culturally responsive teaching, and that's light blue because it's a very specific idea. And I just kind of explained what that was and gave some ways that teachers can be culturally responsive in the classroom. So they can reshape the curriculum, do student-centered teaching, things like that. And I explained like the goal of that here in yellow. And then the fourth module is social justice, and that's up here. And the thing with this module is social justice and tolerance, things like that are positive things. So they're part of race, but they're positive ideas. Like the idea of tolerance is, it's defined as a permissive attitude towards those whose opinions, practices, and race differs from our own. So I just kind of connected those together as positive things. And then the fifth module is class and socioeconomic status. That can be seen down here when I talk about, this module talked about minority groups a lot. And I went on to explain like white privilege and how people who are white are given privileges that people in minority groups don't receive, particularly in education. And then the next module is Module 6, which is gender, and that's up here. And the big thing I wanted to stress with this was that gender and sex are two different things. So I went on to define what they were, explained that they're different, and showed how sexual orientation is paired with sex, and then gender identity is paired with gender. So yeah. And then the next module is sexuality, and I put that down here with minority groups because people in the LGBT community are part of a minority group. And I just explained ways that teachers can help alleviate bullying due to sexuality, so they can form groups and support students' fashion choices, things like that. And then the very last module is religion, and I connected that with culturally responsive teaching because when you talk about different religions in the classroom, you're bringing different cultures into the classroom, and that's a very positive thing. So I just gave ways that teachers can teach about religion here. And yep, that is my concept map. I know it looks crazy, but it is because all of the things we talked about are connected with each other. So yep, that's it.